Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the automation campaign. In the last episode we finally did something. We've made it. We're making a lot of money and it's so good to see. So, in today's episode we're going to use that money to make maybe one, maybe even two new cars. Depends on how much time we have for this episode, because I mean I feel like this episode's anyway going to go a bit longer to make up not only for the last episode but because of the amount of money we have now. And we're definitely also going to do quick facelifts on these vehicles. So without further ado, I think we should do we make a new vehicle? Let's have a look what we can do. Let's have a look what we can do with a new vehicle. Alright, so well, I've done some thinking, and I mean I can show you guys, but there's nothing interesting in terms of bodies for what we could do. I mean, there's brilliant replacement bodies for the cars we already have, but because the cars are so new, yeah, I mean, we've got these American style bodies which we don't want to use because Italian is the best way I can put it, but there really isn't much we can do. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to facelift these two vehicles, and then what we're going to do is we're going to see what sort of other bodies we can get once these cars have been put up for sale. So I'll start facelifting, I think the Regale. The Regale would be quite cool to facelift, so I'll be back with you once I've done that. Okay, so here we are, just doing a quick facelift on the vehicle, facelifting the engine so it can take regular fuel instead of leaded fuel. And I mean, one thing I definitely wanted to do with this vehicle is to just completely change the way it looks from the front, bringing back the almost fishbone shape that we had on the original Gente. And with what I came up with, I was pretty happy. But I was pretty happy with. But no, all in all, vehicle turned out really nice. I think I did a couple tweaks to the car to make it a bit to keep it up with the times. And yeah. Quick thing about me, I am now well again. I'm still not sure what it was, but yeah, no, I'm doing brilliant again, and yeah, no, I really hope these vehicles sell. Well, they will sell, and I'm just gonna say that now. They will sell. There's no denying it. They're selling really well at the moment, so they will sell very well in the future. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so here we are, and honestly, I much prefer the design on this vehicle. It looks so much better than it did before. I've still got the design that this company has with the sort of the swoop down in the middle at the top of the grille. And honestly, that's all I really changed was the front of the vehicle. The back looks identical, and I left the bumpers and everything exactly the same. It's just a quick facelift. It's not meant to be something huge. Now, in terms of how good the vehicle actually is, yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I did facelift the engine, and all in all, it's worked out pretty well. I did update some other little things, like I put some gas monotube dampeners in the car, and I also put advanced 70 safety and stuff like that, just little things to keep the car relevant with the times. So I did the exact same thing with premium the manual version, because this was the automatic version we just looked at. They're both identical, apart from this one has a 3-speed automatic, where this has a 4-speed manual gearbox. So we're going to put this in as a facelift, and I feel like this will sell well. From looks alone, I feel like it would sell better than the other one, but whether it actually does sell better is still to be debated. So yeah, let's have a look. I think what we could do is we could actually make the factory bigger. But then, didn't the engine wasn't the engine factory behind? I mean, we'll stick with this for now. I think the engine factory was a big issue for us, so let's have a look. So we go to the engine factory because we also need to respec the engine factory, retool the engine factory because we also did the facelift on the engine. So let's have a look. I feel like this was only a small engine factory. Yeah, it was, and I've already got it maxed out to the biggest it can be. So yeah, it's pretty much at its limit. So I mean, we're at 100, 100. So yeah, it's not great, but it is what it is. So we're gonna have to keep it the way it is. So I feel like, however, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. This car is a bit more premium anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. The engine factories are still a tiny, the engine factories are still fine. Let's put it that way. So let's see where the car stands. So right now it's not making much money. I think the car, we have it up for like 10,000 at the moment. So standard variant will be 10,000 and the more expensive variant will be 10.5 thousand. The automatic version, and there you go. We're making so much money again. So yeah, let's put this car up. We don't need to take a loan, which is the coolest thing. How much did it actually take to do the how much did it actually take to do the facelift on this vehicle? How long did it take? So it takes 29 months in total, which honestly I am fine with. So we can bring that down to 30 months. We're good with that. The engine, it'll be behind anyway. So yeah, we're going to keep it up 10,000 and oh, they value when it's a bit cheaper now. So hold on, if we do 9,000, no, that's bad. So what about 9.8 thousand? No, let's just do 10,000, 10,500. That worked out for us last time. Well, when we in the last forecast. So sell the vehicle. The actual amount it'll cost is 70 million, which I'm really happy to say doesn't really affect us that much. So now this car is being put up. So next we're going to do the exact same thing for the Veteretta. We're going to do a facelift on that as well, and then we'll see further if we can put another car into our lineup. Okay, well, it's just the same thing for this vehicle really as it was for the Regalia. It's just put a nicer grille onto the front of it and update the features in the car. I didn't change the engine on this vehicle, and yeah, no, pretty happy with the way this car turned out. I feel like this car will also sell really well. Well, I hope it does. No, it will. But yeah, no, I think the car turned out a lot nicer. I ended up trying to make the back look a little bit less tall. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Alright, so here we have it, the facelifted version of the Veteretta, and this looks once again so much better than the old variant. I just feel like the design works much better than it did before. Didn't do much. I mainly just changed the grille and I made the back look a little bit better because I barely did anything back here, but I just wanted it to look a little less tall, so ended up pulling it down a little bit, but it still looks a bit sort of a bit aggressive. I do like the design. I do like this body. Now in terms of how people like it, they love it. Mainly because what I did is I put a full seat row in the back instead of a plank. So ends up working much better than it did before, and yeah, I'm super happy with it. It's come out pretty nice. So should have probably done the drivability. So hold on, let's see if I can quickly do that. Oh, it's already. Oh, it's as good. I'm just gonna wait. They prefer it when I do that. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it the way it was. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this vehicle up for sale now as well, and then we'll have a look to see if we could potentially make a whole new vehicle, which would be absolutely awesome. So how many vehicles are we producing? Not many apparently. Oh, we wanted to make a larger factory for this, didn't we? So larger factory. I mean, we'll do a medium 3 for now, and then when it comes to producing the successor to this vehicle, then we can use the larger factory. So yeah, what was it, 5,200 and 5,000 was the pricing we put for this. So 5,002. Oh no, not 52,000. That's bad. 52,000. I don't think anyone's gonna buy if it's 52,000. So, oh, look at that, brilliant. So I mean, obviously this car is worth a lot less, so it's not going to be making as much money, but we'll get it to a point where we're shifting so many of these that we'll be making good money. So, I mean, we're already making good money. I'm not complaining. With the two cars combined, we're making almost 3.5 billion a year. So, deactivate loan. We do not need a loan, which is absolutely awesome to think of. And there you go. So, that has to be the quickest facelift I think I've ever seen in the game. Hold on, is it? Oh, it's because I put a new engine into this. That'll probably be why. But yeah, so I'm not going to let it play out just yet. I'm going to see what we can make in terms of a new vehicle. So we've got these two now, which look absolutely awesome. So actually we do need to let it play out a little bit simply because of the what sort of bodies are coming. Let's have a look. So not company museum, we want to go research and development, car bodies. So bodies that are coming are, so 1974, so we're just about, so we've got an effective body tech date of 1973. That's alright. So we can actually have a look what sort of cars we want to use to replace the vehicles we have now. So let's have a look. So here we actually have this van body, which I kind of want to use. We also have this hatchback and this larger variant of it, which would be quite cool to produce a successor to the two vehicles we already have. But what would be really cool would be using one of these bodies, I think. Just having a look what there is, to be honest, because there's a lot of bodies coming all at once, really. I mean, these bodies are really 80s, so they would be quite good for an 8, because the next vehicle we're going to be producing will be for the for 80s. So, I mean, this is quite a cool body. I do like this. This is a sort of a Mitsubishi Starion body, so I'm quite tempted to see if I can use that body. So let's let the game play out to 1973, I think, no, 1972, and then we can have access to these bodies, and then we can have a look how we want to progress. Okay, so now that we have hit 1972, we've also got $500 million in the bank now, which is incredible to think of, that we've actually managed to hit $500 million. So let's have a look. So I feel like either we make a van or we make a sports car. So I mean, we haven't done anything fun yet, have we? We haven't done any properly fun vehicles yet, so let's see if we can get a sports car to work in the company. So let's have a look. Here you go. This is a cool body. I genuinely love this body. It's it's just, oh, it's just really not. It's just really well made, really wide. I love the shape. It's based on the Mitsubishi oh my god, I can't speak. The Mitsubishi Starion, I believe. It looks almost identical. So we're gonna go front longitudinal, and we have the McPherson struts now, which is absolutely awesome. We're going to go semi-trailing arm. We don't want to overdo it, so let's have a look. So I think what we've got to do is we've got to make a new engine. So we're going to use this 3-cylinder, and we're going to put another one onto it. So I feel like we should make a V engine. So we can make a 2.2 liter V6, which would be awesome. So 75 and 83. So 75 bore and 83 stroke is what we're going to be needing to make this V6. It's I'm looking forward to this. I've wanted to make a sports car for a while, but because we didn't have much money, we couldn't really do much. We were sort of stuck making the vehicles we already had, or, well, I'm just happy we've got money. So I think we're gonna go with the 60 degree version, 60 degree V6. So what do we say? 75 bore and 83 strokes, so exactly 2.2 liters. Direct acting overhead cam, we're going to go with that for the time being. So cast iron everything, because this is still an engine that we have to pay for, so we want to spare a bit of money. So we're gonna go. Do we want to go? I mean, we could go dual barrel, which would be quite cool. So actually, let's go performance. Performance. Oh, it looks. Oh, that looks cool. That looks really cool. I like the way that looks. So regular fuel because leaded fuel bands. So increase the ignition time. We want to get about what 6,500 RPM would be awesome. Short cast headers. Catalytic converters exist now, so we should worry about that. We should think about that to try and keep our emissions down. So, I mean, this looks awesome. So, first of all, what I'm seeing is that the pieces are under stress. So, we have to go +5 on that already. So, why is it comparing us to an engine? Yes, no. All right. So let's have a look what we can do. So first of all, exhaust diameter, I don't think we want to touch it too much. We are going to make the exhaust a bit better because, I mean, we love our exhaust. Or they love their exhaust, as it seems. So we're going to do fuel optimization also a little bit. But I would like to increase octane, obviously. So let's see how fast, let's see how powerful we can make this engine. So I feel like, okay, that looks good. I like that. So about... I mean, we've still got a little bit of octane to play with, so we could, in theory... push this up. I'm just thinking at the moment because I want to see if I can... There you go. 93 kilowatts of power, which is what, about 130, about 130 horsepower. And... almost 170 newton meters of torque, so it's awesome. I'm super happy. So let's go steel. Let's go chrome. Where's chrome? There you go, chrome. Bolts, we're gonna make them out of cloth. No, I'm joking. We're gonna make them out of steel as well, and intake manifold we won't touch. So let's actually have a listen to the engine. I feel like it's going to sound pretty sweet. Whoa, that is, if you would have told me that that's two of the inline threes stuck together, I would have never believed you. That sounds incredible. So let's see. So we want to make it rear wheel drive, manual gears. Can we do it? Yeah, let's put a 5-speed in it. Let's put a 5 gear. There you go. Oh, we're starting to make some faster cars now, which is awesome. So let's bring the gear ratios down a little bit. Say about there. I mean, radial tires, let's go with medium compound. So we're going to go 185s. And yeah, I like the way that looks already. So let's pull the wheels out a tiny bit. Just to give it a bit more of a stanced look. To give the wheels a bit more presence, I'd say. So do we want to go? Yeah, let's go alloy. Come on, this is a once. We're only going to do this once, so we're going to do solid discs on the front and drums on the back for the time being. If the braking doesn't, if it isn't enough in the back, then we'll just change it over to some discs. We're going to do 2 smaller seats, I think. Yeah, and we're going to go. Do we want to go sports interior? I think it'll take a while, take longer to build it, but we'll see. So we're going to standard AM radio, hydraulic steering, standard 60 safety, progressive springs and gas monotube. So apparently it's not really where I want it to be. Steering wise, it's really oversteery, like really oversteery. Can I bring that back? I mean, of course we love a bit of oversteer in a car like this, but For some reason... Oh, wait, we want it to be on the spot, don't we? No, that's perfectly fine, so... Pull this down a little bit, and then all of a sudden we've got a... Ooh, we're nearly there, we're nearly there. We'll keep it like this for now. Right, let's see where the car is lacking a little bit. So, detailed stats, so... Wheel spin, we've got low wheel spin, and the circle test. It's not great in the circle test. The gearbox, they're not a fan of. I don't know why. It's all manual gearboxes. They don't really like manual gearboxes, but so sportiness is where we want to be good at. So suspension tuning, that needs to come up. Chassis stiffness, we can improve that by giving the chassis a bit more quality. Throttle response is not that great. Loudness, do we want the car to be louder, or... Let's have a look. So we're going to go reverse flow and straight through. So let's have a look. Do they prefer that? I can't remember. What's the score at now? So no, they actually prefer having the engine quieter, but screw that. So that'll be a big. This will be a big point. So we want some sportier brakes. Definitely, so we're going to give them a higher pad type, a better pad type, and then we're just going to give them bigger brakes. So let's have a look if the rear brakes are up to scratch, and there you go, the scores are coming up like really nicely now, so that's perfect. I like that a lot. So if I pull this, no, they prefer having the higher brake force on the rear. So I mean, steel, no, we want to go with alloy. We're going to make it a bit prestigious, but... So for the interior, do they prefer having seats in the back? So they definitely prefer having actual seats in the back, but if I give them... So they prefer a sports interior, they prefer a nice radio as well, so... We'll give them an AM radio for the time being. Maybe in the facelift we'll give them something nicer. Steering-wise, do they prefer having nose? No, we're going to give them power steering. So let's have a look. So now we're going to do some suspension tuning. Wheels, what's actually screaming at us? The car's wheel spin issues. So I mean, it's a sports car. What do you expect? So sports cars do mostly have a bit of wheel spin, but let's have a look. So we've got 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 time of 8.7 seconds for the time being, but I feel like the more I pull this up, the longer it'll take. So we're going to keep it there for now. It's a sports car. It's supposed to have a bit of wheel spin. I'm not too fussed about that. So yeah, well, I'm going to do a bit of tweaking now, and then I'll also see if I can design something nice with this body. I feel like it'll be a bit difficult to design something, but we can make it work. We can definitely make it work. So I'll be back once I have done that. Alright, so here we are designing our sports car for the company, our first sports car, and hopefully it'll be successful enough for us to be able to make more and more in the future. Now, the design of this vehicle, I tried to keep it in line with our company, but it was very difficult to try and think of something because, I mean, the Mitsubishi Starin is just one of those iconic cars, and trying to do something different on the same body was quite difficult, but I feel like it turned out pretty well. So yeah, now I'm going to leave you guys this time to listen to a bit of music while you watch the vehicle being made, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, and here we have it. Now, this car just looks the piece, doesn't it? It's just, wow. I, it, it's very, it was very difficult to design it, right? Because I had to make it work with the body, but I also had to keep the company colors in check as well. So it wasn't very easy to do, but I definitely think I did a decent job. So yeah, I managed to get the car to a level rating of 100 and just under 142, so a competitiveness rating of 242. So hopefully we can really begin to sell. We can really sell this car. Now, I'm just happy because this is just one of those cars. I'm actually, hold on. Ooh, ooh, there you go. We'll keep it like that. But this car is just, oh, I love it. So let's see what we can do to put the car up on sale. So we need a new factory. That's obvious. So where do we want to do it? So I think we're going to keep it in... Wait, where did we... I think we started here, so... We're going to do... Oh, we can only do a medium plot, so we have to do a medium plot. Small factory, I think? Oh, we can't produce many of these cars, so we'll do a medium factory. We'll do a medium 1 factory to produce at least 1,800 of them. So... Because I believe the interior is holding us back a little bit in terms of what we can actually do with the car. I think that's the problem. So we'll do a high QA threshold, and we'll pay the workers a little bit more money. Automation will automate it a tiny bit more, so we can get just 1,900 cars. 1,900 cars is nice. 1,900 cars is a nice number. So no, honestly, this car is cool. It's something exciting for the brand, you know. I've wanted to do something like this, but ooh, they don't really like reliability, do they? So we'll do about, what, 70% reliability? 60 months it'll take. We'll do a bit more manual tooling, then we can get it down. I mean, we're going to just want to put a bit of work into the vehicle so we can get the vehicle out just a little bit earlier. So 48 months sounds alright to me, to be honest. So now we need to do the same for the engine. Now we're only going to do a tiny factory if we can, because in the end of the day, this engine actually, we'll see if we can use this engine in another car, but it's not too important right now. So wait, where we new factory. So we'll also do Froinia. We'll do a medium factory for now in case we ever decide. In case we ever decide that we need to do. So we'll have to go with a large factory, and then we'll go with a medium plot, a medium 1. So we'll do Iron Foundry, which is the only thing we need. So yeah, hold on, we're gonna call it the I6P for the power, and automate it, tool it a bit, do a nice QA threshold on there so we can get the car to come out as reliable as possible. And reliability, we're going to bump that up nicely. Oh, this engine also takes a really long time to produce. So what do we do? 48 months, didn't we? So we did 48 months, so I mean, we can put a bit of work into the engine as well. I mean, we're not going to learn as much in that case, but it doesn't really matter right now. So 48 months, that's perfectly fine. So the engine does cost a lot to produce, but we're going to be selling the car for a lot of money as well. So let's say we sell the car for 15. Will the car sell? Yes, but we're going to be making a loss. If we sell it for more, does that mean we lose more money, or does that mean... No, we lose more money. So what about 12,000? Nope, that's not what I wanted. 12,000. There you go. There you go, there you go, there you go. So what about 13,000? There you are. I'm liking these numbers. So what about 14,000? No, we're going down already. So what about 13,500? I mean, we're going to facelift the car anyway at some point, so we'll stick with 13,500, I think. I think that's a fair number. So car should sell well in the first couple years, and then it'll dip off, and then we won't make as much a profit. So let's have a look. Let's see what else we can do to make the car be more interesting. I mean, the problem is the actual tooling costs of the car are really, really high. So there you go. There we have it. It's called the No, this is the variant. It's called the Razzo. Ra Razzo. Just gonna call it Razzo. It means rocket in Italian. I don't know why it says rocket, but missile just translates directly to missile and didn't sound too Italian to me. But this is the performance or the prestazione variant. I can pronounce that apparently, but yeah. So I guess we have a look how much it costs to produce the car. Just as much money as we have, so I think we're going to take out a loan for 50% of this. 50%. Perfect, and then we pay it back over... Let's do 4 million a month. We make enough money, so we only need to pay back for 76 months, and there we go. We have now put our sports car up on the market. Now, one last thing that I would like to do. Actually, you know what? This episode's been going on for absolutely ages. What I am going to do is I am going to end the episode right here. And the next episode will be a direct... well, all episodes are, but it'll be a direct continuation of this episode. It'll basically be... these two episodes will be one episode, so to say. So what we're going to do is we're going to end it here. And on Sunday, we will continue with what we've got here. And then we'll be very happy because hopefully we'll make a lot of money and lots of nice cars. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. And yeah, goodbye.